Today we will be talking about understanding man-in-the-middle attacks. And I also prepare a demo using Ettercap for you to understand how it works. Okay, so the topics for today is what is a man-in-the-middle attack, what are the types, how does it work, the tools being used, and then a hands-on demo with Ettercap. And then lastly, prevention and mitigation. So, what is a man in the middle attack? It is a cyber attack where the attacker intercepts communication between two parties to eavesdrop or manipulate data. Real world examples. In 2013, Edward Snowden revealed that PRISM program intercepts data between users and major tech companies like Google, Facebook, etc. It showed how the NSA used man-in-the-middle tactics to monitor and collect private communications data on a massive scale. Another example is the Superfish incident in 2015, where Lenovo was found pre-installing adware called Superfish on some of its laptops. So it's very scary. Types of man-in-the-middle attacks. You have the eavesdropping, wherein the hacker will listen to the communications. Session hijacking, wherein the hacker can hijack your session and then he can use the session to log himself into the website you are logged in without typing the username and password because you already have the session. SSL stripping, you are using HTTPS but it can be downgraded to HTTP wherein the communication is in plain text. DNS spoofing, altering DNS responses to redirect traffic. So as you can see in this illustration, this is how it works. Normally, the user or the victim computer communicates directly to the web application. But with the man in the middle, the hacker can intercept data coming from the victim computer before it reaches to the web application or the server. And the same goes with the server. The data from the server before reaching the target machine, the victim computer, the hacker can also check what's in the data. The common techniques for intercepting traffic, the ARP or the address resolution protocol poisoning, in which attacker sends fake ARP messages to associate their MAC address with the IP address of another device. DNS spoofing, redirecting the victim to malicious websites by altering DNS responses. SSL stripping, downgrading HTTPS connections to HTTP to intercept unencrypted traffic. And Wi-Fi eavesdropping, creating a fake Wi-Fi network to capture data. It is very common, or hackers usually do this in the coffee shop or airport where there are free networks. Tools for performing MITM attacks, Ettercap, Wireshark, Kain Anabel, Bettercap, etc. With these other mentioned tools, I prefer Ettercap for this simple demo because it's just a simple interface and direct to the point. Okay, so let's go with the demo. I have here my Kali Linux running on virtual machine and I also run the Metasploitable, which will be our server, and then another computer for to act as the uh, target computer. So we have target computer and we have the target server. And Kali Linux will be the one to be used by the hacker to sit in the middle. Okay, so this is the interface of Ettercap. And as you can see, it's just simple. We have the default settings here. So primary interface, you will have a lot of interfaces here if you have a lot of network cards. So I will accept these settings, and then I will scan for hosts. So imagine you are you're a hacker, you are connected to a coffee shop's network, and then you will also see your victim's computer. So this is the victim or the target one, and this is the server. So if you will check the targets, again, this is the victim's computer, and this is the target. Of course, you can add another IP address like a public IP address, but we are not going to do that because um, as ethical hacker, you are not supposed uh, to check other networks that you are not permitted to do so. So I am in my demo. I am using my personal network. So you have the target one and you have the target two. Now next to do is go to MITM menu, then click ARP positioning. Check that one. If it is not checked, then click OK. Now this time, the Kali Linux, this computer, is already sitting in between the victim and the server. So for example, okay, so for example, in the victim's computer, he will access the he will access a website 192.168.1.16. For example, the victim access a certain website. Of course, in this demo, it's not, I mean, the link is not realistic, but this can be changed if you will be accessing public website, and then again on the on this one you will put the IP address of that website. Going back, for example, it could be this website could be a website where the work from home visits for his or her work. Then he or she will type the password. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 for the password. Then click login. So those information that the target computer sends to the target server will be intercepted by the man in the middle. So as you can see here, the username and the password has been captured. So it is really scary if you are not careful, because this website, although it's just a made up website, but hackers are very uh, they do a lot of things just to hack a certain person. So, for example, this link, the hacker will make a website, so it will not be an IP address anymore, and then he will email the link to the victim, and the victim will read it and thought it's the it's his boss that is sending an email, and then he clicks the link and he's see a website that is very uh, similar to their working website, and then he types in, he did not check the URL, he types in the credentials, and the hacker can get the credential, and it's too late for the victim to realize. So what the hackers now are very creative in doing things so that they will be able to achieve their objective. So moving forward, mitigation and prevention. Okay, so use of HTTPS, secure communication with encryption. If you open a website that is not HTTPS, then you should be cautious. Maybe you should not log in because uh, because by default nowadays websites should have SSL certificates. And network segmentation, reducing risk by segmenting sensitive data. ARP inspection, a dynamic ARP inspection. Secure Wi-Fi networks using WP3, disabling SSID broadcast, like for example in the coffee shop, so that uh, hackers will not be able to get. But actually, as I've said, hackers are creative enough to identify it. But using WPA3 is it will make the hacker's life difficult because WP3 encryption is hard to decrypt. Then VPN use. So I think it's for me it's very important to use VPN uh, so that your traffic will be encrypted. And so that's it for today. If you have any questions, you can type it down on the comment section below. And thank you for your time.